doing a pick a card reading today about what messages the universe has for you right now. So with pile 1, we've got the illumination card, and we've got this little moon that is sleeping, the little hat and a star. And we've got pile 2 with miracles and the rainbow. And then with pile 3, we've got change and the little unicorn. So take a moment, pick which pile resonates with you the most. You can pick more than one pile if you'd like. I'm going to be pulling from several decks today. If anybody's wondering, I'm going to be pulling from the Angel Wisdom Tarot, the Lord of the Rings. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle, Gilded Tarot, Kipper, Broke Bitch Tarot, and Divine Doors. So let's go ahead and jump right into pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, let's go ahead. I'm going to push this off to the side and start shuffling your cards, and we will see what messages Spirit has for you. I'm going to start with, I think, the Kipper deck. And I'll include timestamps in case some of you just want to skip this. I know some people really like to watch others shuffle cards, so they know there's no cheating going on. Okay. Spirit, what messages do you have for pile number 1? This one's sticking out to me. Take that one, turn around. Okay. This deck is so little, sometimes it's hard to shuffle. Great for travel though. It's the Broke Bee Tarot. But yeah, it's great for travel. What messages do you have for pile number 1, Spirit? What messages do you have for pile number 1? Oh, one can float. Oh, this one. Okay. Alright. That one there. And these are even more difficult to shuffle. So I'm just going to do like this with these. What messages do you have for pile number 1, Spirit? Last one. Whoop. I was trying to fill out. We'll just take that. Alright, what messages do you have for pile number 1, Spirit? One more, please, Spirit, for pile number 1. One more for pile number 1, please, Spirit. Okay. Put that over for now. Finally a deck I can actually shuffle. Ooh. All the others are kind of difficult. Alright. What messages do you have for pile number 1, Spirit? 2 cards, please, for pile number 1. One more, please, for pile number 1, please, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. And then last but not least, the Lord of the Rings deck. This deck is brand new to me, and I actually love it. I love the illustrations on it. I got it off Amazon, but I love the Lord of the Rings movies, not gonna lie. But I'm still trying to get used to it because it's really stiff, so I can't. I'm trying to. I can barely shuffle it. Let's put it that way. And a lot of the cards want to stick together because, again, there, that's good enough. It's new. Alright, Spirit, 2 messages for pile number 1. It just doesn't. Every time I get a new deck, it takes a while for the cards to stop sticking. So, 2 messages for pile number 1, please, Spirit. 2 messages for pile number 1. Okay. Take this one. And then this one. Make sure everything is in focus. Looks like it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright. Pile number 1. We started with this illumination card, and the reason I picked this little charm here, we see everything's very hazy. Nothing is making sense. There's this darkness over here with the moon, and then it comes to light. Something's coming to light. And I picked this little moon charm because I thought it was cute, number 1, but the moon's asleep. There's a star right here, and it almost felt to me kind of like, with this card, something has made you wake up with the illumination, like a light bulb has gone off. But it feels like you've been asleep, or you're currently asleep and not awake to something. It's almost like the moon card, something is hidden from you. That's what I keep getting. Let's dive in and see what the cards have to say. Okay, so we've got card number 39 with community. Oh, what did I just say? I just said the moon card and we got the moon in the reverse. So, moon in reverse is confusion, fear, and self-deception. That's crazy. That's wild. For the door, we got this. And forgive and forget. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. Oh, okay. So I'm picking up like a lot of you have been through a lot. It feels like there's something going on. And look at the pain and lies, and I'm thinking about like 10 of Swords, maybe even like 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Like lots of heartbreak is coming up in this energy where it's almost like betrayal. Somebody backstabbed you. But it feels like, even if that's not it, it just feels like you've been through a lot. Like there's this really like heavy energy. Like in this card, it feels kind of like a fog, like a haze. Like you've been stuck in something, and it feels like you can't get out of that, pile number 1. It almost feels like you think you're stuck. With this moon in reverse, it's confusion, fear, self-deception. That self-deception is you thinking that you can't get out of a situation, but you can. But it's like you're confused, that haze, that, it's almost like I'm hearing brain fog, about certain situation. It's like, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what to do. Maybe a lot of you are suffering from depression, and my heart goes out to you if you are. And it just feels like kind of hopeless right now. I do feel like you have people around you with the community card here that can actually help you. Even if you feel like nobody is there, I feel like there's somebody you could lean on that maybe you didn't think you could. And for some of you, I feel like it's a pride thing where you don't want to ask for help. So let's see. We've got the Chariot, Cancer energy. So this is rewards that come from hard work, successfully balancing many priorities at once, determination and willpower, public recognition. So this is you charging forward, getting out of this haze, this fear, and sometimes this fear can just be fear of what's on the other side. Is the grass really greener? Are we going to be successful? It could be fear of failure or fear of even success. A lot of people don't realize how subconsciously we can be programmed to fear success and all the changes that come with it. Eight of Swords. Yeah, here we go. Like I was saying, that self-deception, the illusion of entrapment, a lack of self-confidence that makes you feel helpless, being afraid to take action, take responsibility for your life now. And we can see here, the gate's open. She has undone the bindings. She's taken the blindfold off so she can see clearly. And this sword right here makes me think of the Ace of Swords, the sword of truth and clarity. She's about to get that clarity. So whatever this is, pile number one, it's about to come through very strongly for you. If you've been in this fog, this haze for a while, suddenly you're going to be coming out of it. You're going to realize what you need to do, what steps you need to take next to pass through that gate. You know, it's funny because I said the grass is greener on the other side. Look at all this lush vegetation over here on the other side. It's like you're stepping into, I heard, the garden of life. Okay. And I'm thinking very fruitful. I'm thinking abundance. I feel like you're going to figure it out and then you're going to really just go for it. I don't think it's going to be easy at first because you're going to be warring with yourself. It's like a battle of the mind, trying to get, out of this haze, this fog. Like I said, mind fog. That's exactly what it is. It's the illusion of entrapment. It's the lack of self-confidence. It's, you got to really work on your self-concept, figure out your worth, and realize that you deserve the world and that you can get yourself out of this. It's all, a lot of it is in your mind. When you start thinking more positively, you attract positive things. If you think negatively, that's exactly what you're going to attract, negative things. And so sometimes people keep going on this endless, I call it a karmic hamster wheel, where it's like the same thing over and over and over again. And we're like, why can't we get off? Why is it the same thing over and over and over again in my life? I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to get out of it. But sometimes if we look in retrospect, we can see where there's little changes. It's like, okay, we're still doing the same thing, expecting a different result. That's literally the definition of insanity. But I'm not saying you're insane. I'm just saying sometimes, it could be something like, you're trying to go back to the same person, even though it didn't work out before, and it's like, it's not going to end well because, you've already been with that person a couple times. It could be a job, or a job field, a career field. You're meant to be doing something else. Let's say you're working a corporate job, but you actually love to teach, or you love to be around kids and you want to teach kids. Let's say that. You want to be like a kindergarten teacher. It could be anything really, but it's like you keep yourself stuck and the steps you need to take, but that fear, that self-deception, lack of self-confidence, it makes you feel kind of helpless. It makes you feel like you're trapped because you're actually afraid to take action and go forward. You're going to have to suck it up and be like the Chariot here and just go straight forward. It's going to take a little bit of work, but I feel like you're going to have to go forward and go towards what it is you really want. Three of Cups, see? Celebration, happiness. And it's interesting, we have this and we have the community card here because Three of Cups talks about people coming together to celebrate, like good news, some sort of success. And that's right underneath the Chariot. It's like you're coming together with other people. This could be friends, family, co-workers, whoever. And some of you may just be celebrating on your own, but it's really like going out, having drinks, having dinner, having a good time, going to a party, something like that. And who knows, some of you could be, maybe you're trying to get out of a situation, you could go to an actual event, because this can talk about events like graduations, birthdays, baby showers, weddings, engagements, stuff like that. And you could actually meet someone there who says something to you, and you're like, you know what, you're right. And that's how you get out of this situation. It's like it clicks, and you're ready to move forward. You're ready to celebrate and have a good time. So, let's see. Yeah, here it is. 10 of Swords. That painful ending in your life. I said earlier, some of you might be, with the pain, the lies right here. It felt like the 10 of Swords. Or the 9 of Swords. And we got the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. So I was close, I guess. But it feels like something is coming to an end. We've got this guy's getting, well, he's about to get stabbed in the back. And in this deck, he's not actually getting stabbed in the back. It's almost happening. So it feels like, there's an ending that's about to happen. And for some of you, it's going to be painful. Some of you know that you're not meant to be with a certain person. Some of you know you're not meant to be at a job. Some of you know you're not even meant to live in the city you're living in right now. You're meant to be somewhere else. And you feel a strong pull towards, some other life, something else that's going on, some other pathway that's opening up, that door's opening up for you. And, it's going to be painful. You might say goodbye to someone you love and care about, but you just know in the long run, that's not your person. You may say goodbye to coworkers or a boss that, maybe they're great to work with, but it's like a boring job and it's not fulfilling you and that's not what you want to do. It's going to be painful. You're saying goodbye to the only city you've ever lived in, or a city you liked a lot, but it didn't fulfill you in other ways, and you've got to move on. You've got to move on to a different city, state, province, even a country, It's like you got to do what's best for you, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be without some sort of pain involved. And we've got the 8 of Cups. Yep, there it is. Walking away from something that no longer emotionally fulfills you. Yeah, I love this artwork, by the way. This is you saying, I've had it. I've had enough. I'm not fulfilled anymore. I'm not doing what I love to do. Maybe you aren't respected where you're at in whatever capacity that is, work, relationship, whatever. Maybe it's you saying, I've had it. You've reached that breaking point. You've had the blinders on for so long and ignored a lot of things, but I think it's built up for so long, pile number 1, that you can't ignore it any longer. And last but not least, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Rings in this deck. So, I love this. Because I was just talking about how it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be a long journey. And that's exactly what the Knight of Pentacles represents. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck. However, excuse me, it means that, what journey he's on, the actions he's taking, the plan he's set in motion is going to pay off in the long run. And it's going to pay off dividends for the long term. So it's not like you're just reaching a point and you're done. It's like it's going to continue to thrive wherever it is you're going. I'm noticing there's like this castle in the background, or a city. And I just talked about that, where it feels like some of you might be moving to a new place, some sort of new location. One thing I'm noticing about these cards, though, Illumination, the 3 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and even this Knight of Rings, there's a lot of darkness in the background, but it feels like it's behind them. So it feels like you're coming out of that, and you are really, leaving that negativity and old ways of thinking and people who don't serve you, maybe even toxic people. You're just leaving all that behind, pile number 1, for something so much better, So I love this for you. I can't wait to hear if this resonates. Please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this Miracles card, then this is going to be your reading. What I love about this card is it has not one, but 2 rainbows. It feels like there's the darkness and the stars in the background. And we've got 2 rainbows, and rainbows always come after a storm, after rain, right? And they always are, it's something beautiful that happens after a dark time, right? So let's put this aside, see what messages come out for you. Go ahead and start shuffling these. Okay, first up I'm going to do the Kipper deck. And you can skip ahead on this if you don't want to watch the shuffling, but I know a lot of people like to watch it. So go ahead and start doing this. Although technically I shuffled for pile number 1, but I'm going to do it for each pile, just so we know they're good and shuffled. Alright. Spirit, what's a message for pile number 2? What's pile number 2? This one wants to come out. Okay. Put that up there. I'm going to shuffle from the Broke Bee Tarot now. I like this deck, but it's so tiny. It's hard to shuffle it sometimes. So okay. Message for pile number 2, please, Spirit. Woo! Came right out. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Divine Doors. I love the images on this deck, but very difficult to shuffle. So, a message. What is a message for pile number 2, Spirit? One message for pile number 2, please, Spirit. There we go. Okay. Now, the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck. I love this deck so much. I think there's the Angel Wisdom Oracle deck, and I really need to get that one. I do love them. They are kind of bulky, though. Okay. 2 messages, 2 cards, please, for pile number 2, please, Spirit. 2 cards for pile number 2. 2 cards for... There we go. Okay. Now the Gilded Tarot. My favorite deck ever. I have a soft spot for this deck. I think it's because it's like this and the Radiant Rider-Waite were my first decks. So, I don't know. Soft spot for me. Alright. Let me know in the comments what your favorite deck is. 2 cards, please. 2 messages for pile number 2, please, Spirit. 2 messages for pile number 2. 1 more, please. Thank you, Spirit. And last but not least, we're pulling from the Lord of the Rings deck. I love the artwork on this. This is a new deck for me, so some of the cards are like sticking together. That always happens with new decks. But I'm loving it. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Let me know in the comments if you love the Lord of the Rings as much as I do. And which one was your favorite film, if you do? Also, what do you think about The Hobbit? I feel like nothing can top The Lord of the Rings for me, personally. Okay. 2 messages, 2 cards for pile number 2, please, Spirit. So he does want to... 2 cards for pile number 2, please, Spirit. What messages do they need to know right now? Let's do one more shuffle here. Okay, this one. And this one. I'm feeling this one too. I didn't pull a third one, but I'm going to pull it for the first pile. I only pulled 2. Okay, you guys get an extra card. Can you see that? Let me push this over a little bit. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, pile number 2. So like I said before I was shuffling the cards, in case you skipped that part, what I like about the this particular card is, you know, we've got the 2 rainbows here, not 1 but 2. So it almost feels like 2 miracles are headed your way, 2 things you've been hoping and wishing for, something, you know, 2 things you've been trying to manifest. But rainbows always come after rain, after a storm, after a dark period in our life, right? Well, metaphorically, figuratively speaking, right? But it feels like something is shifting and changing in your life, pile number 2. I feel like it's for the better. I feel like it's something you've been expecting almost for a while. And it just feels like you've waited a long time for this. So let's jump right in. I'm curious to see what this is. Let's jump right in and see. Ooh, okay. So we've got card number 36, Distant Horizons. This is a card of travel for me. This is also reminding me of the 3 of Wands, which is about waiting for your ships to arrive. I feel like a lot of you, again, have been waiting for some sort of manifestation to come in. You've been waiting for your ships to come in, right? So it feels like you've been really working on those manifestations. You've been hoping, wishing, praying for something new to come in your life. Some sort of shift or change. Maybe you're stuck where you are and you just want out. But let's see what else the cards have to say. We've got 4 of Cups reversed, which is gratitude, focus, and seizing opportunity. Yeah, upright, it's apathy, meditation, and regret. Typically 4 of Cups on the traditional like Rider-Waite, the hands reaching out of the sky and like offering a cup, and the person's not even paying attention. So maybe you've been in this energy for a while where you've been bored, apathetic. You're just, again, it's a card of being stuck, not seeing things clearly sometimes, and not recognizing an opportunity. But it looks like you're getting out of that energy where you are showing more gratitude. You're focusing more. I feel like this is focusing on what it is you truly want in life, focusing on your meditations, your affirmations, your manifestations, and like I said, seizing opportunity right here. So yeah, it's, again, you're like, I'm going for it. I'm going after what it is I want. I'm waiting for my ships to come in, and they're coming. Pile number 2. So this is your door card. Palmistry. Okay. Fortune and Tarot. Collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. I feel like there's some major message for you in this reading, pile number 2. So if you pick this, this is absolutely amazing. I already felt that with the miracles and the double rainbows, but okay, this is getting me hyped up. I'm excited. So let's see. We got Knight of Swords. This is a very fast moving knight. Decisive, focused, driven, defensive even. Events that will move with great speed. Choose intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotional. Sudden or unexpected changes. Review your options carefully. Also, cardinals might mean something to some of you. I'm seeing the color red a lot as well. And this looks like springtime. Maybe it's summer though. So it could be something, since it's happening very quickly. I am filming this in summertime, so it could be something that's right around the corner, that's headed your way very, very swiftly. Oh my God. It's the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. This is it. Oh my God, I can't believe this. It's like everything's finally coming together and coming true for you. Look at this. Wishes come true. Your dreams become reality. A magical time of life. Good fortune. Faith in the universe that all will be well. And I'm looking at this magic lamp. It's like you've had several wishes. Like each of the 9 cups is like a new wish for you. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Nine of Cups is always one of my favorite cards. And I feel like this guy on here just kind of looks like, yeah, I did it. I finally accomplished this. So I feel like a lot of you, it's like, you know, it's coming. I said that at the very beginning, where I felt like for a lot of you, you can feel whatever this manifestation is, or these manifestations are, because I feel like you have at least 2 that are coming in, major ones, life-changing ones. And I feel like you know what this is about, pile number 2. It's like you waited and you waited. I feel like a lot of you have said, okay, when's it my time? Where are my manifestations? But I feel like you've learned to be patient. You've learned to focus on what it is you want, and learning that gratitude it really helps bring your manifestations in. When you're grateful, like truly grateful for what it is you already have, that's when you start to radiate positivity. You're at a higher vibration, and when you're at a higher vibration, you're calling in these miracles, these manifestations. Once upon a time, you probably thought, nah, that'd never happen. And then the more you get into it, the more you believe, the more you have faith in the universe that all will be well, like this Nine of Cups says, then that's when the magic happens, the miracles, right? Okay, let's go ahead and keep moving forward. This is so exciting. I feel hyped up. Oh my God. The Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new start for you, pile number 2. This is, this could be a new career opportunity, a job opportunity. This can also indicate an inheritance or a sudden windfall of money. Whatever it is, it's going to secure you for the long run. So I feel like it feels like you have been really putting in the work to make this happen. And I feel like it's finally coming in, and it's going to happen for you. Oh my God, the 4 of Wands, the 1111 card. This is long-term stability and happiness. So, this feels like you've got a brand new journey ahead of you. One that's going to make you very happy. Some of you could be getting married, because that is a marriage card. But for most of you, it's just about building a solid foundation that you can, build your dreams on from here on out. Like that Nine of Cups. You've got all these dreams and wishes that are spewing out of this magic lamp. All the things you want to accomplish and do, all your manifestations, and they're all coming in. And you're going to be setting that firm foundation to keep manifesting more and more, is what it feels like. And I feel like whatever this is, whether it's a windfall of money, if it's a new job that's going to pay you more, you're going to have like extra cash flow, extra something that's going to provide stability, really. It could even be like sometimes the Ace of Pentacles can talk about inheriting a house. And 4 of Wands talks about a home and foundation. It makes me think of the 4th house, but really it's about setting that foundation. What's on a foundation? A house. So some of you could be inheriting a house as well. It just feels like going forward, it's something that you've been waiting for. Up here, I just heard someone got approved. So some of you have been waiting to get approved for a loan, for an application, maybe for an apartment or a home, something along those lines, where it's going to be long term, and it's going to really help you out. Then we've got the Ace of Swords, 2 aces. Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay. So Ace of Swords is about getting truth or clarity about a situation. It's like cutting out the crap. You know what? I'm looking at this Knight of Swords, and look what the Knight of Swords says. The 1 sword. It's like the ace. It's like cutting through the crap in your life. Cutting out the BS. figuring out what it is you truly want and then rushing forward and going after it. Like, nothing can stop you, pile number 2. You know exactly what it is you want. That focus was coming out with this 4 of Cups reversed, and you're just going for it. You're like, I'm tired, waiting around. I've been waiting for my ships to come in. This is happening. Here we go. Then we've got Queen of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Wands is very fiery. Oh my god, there's ships in the background. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. It's literally like what I was talking about. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, Queen of Wands is that fiery energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. She goes after what she wants. This is wild. She does not let anybody tell her no. She's very creative. Some of you, this could be a creative endeavor. You've been putting stuff out there, your artwork, writing, music, something, and you haven't heard back, and then all of a sudden, everything's rushing in. Something that's going to give you, long-term stability, money, finances, and boost your career. Some of you, this could be, I said 2, because there are 2 rainbows here, but we've got 3 ships right here coming in, 3 birds up here. We've got the 1 bird down here that's just taking off, but it's also really close by to her, so it just makes me feel like it's something that's coming very, very close. I mean, it's within view, so it could be 3 manifestations coming in for you. I feel like whatever it is, you got a lot coming in. You're just going for it. And then we've got 8 of Cups. Yes, this came out in pile number 1 as well. 8 of Cups is walking away from something that no longer serves you. I said with this Ace of Swords, you were cutting out the BS. You were cutting out things that did not work for you anymore, so you can move forward. I feel like you're leaving behind that 4 of Cups energy, that apathetic energy where you don't want to be stuck in that rut anymore. You don't want to feel like your life is just passing you by, so you decided to do something about it. What that is, it's going to differ for everyone, but I feel like the majority of you just really started focusing on what it is you truly want, setting your intentions, and then, seizing any sort of opportunity you had to try to manifest. It's almost like a lot of you were trying to just live in your minds, like, I know I'm this close to having this thing, or moving to this new city, or getting this money, or getting that house or apartment. Whatever it is, it feels like, you just decided to seize that opportunity. You needed that vision. You needed that hope and faith in the universe with the 9 of Cups, that everything was just going to work out in your favor. But I don't think you could do that, pile number 2, until you left behind something emotionally that wasn't serving you. And I really feel like it was that 4 of Cups energy where you were just sulking, maybe just feeling sorry for yourself, feeling like nothing ever happens, nothing ever good happens to you. It's like one day almost that you woke up and you said, you know what, no, I'm not going to live my life this way. I know there's something better and I'm going to do something about it. And that's when, the wheels started shifting in your favor, right? That's when Spirit was like, okay, all right, so we're seeing movement, so let us do some movement behind the scenes. And it's almost like you're anticipating whatever these ships are that are coming in, these miracles, these wish fulfillments. This is coming. It's like, when I think about birds, I think of like messengers, and I think about spirit, and I think about spirit messengers, and it's almost like Spirit's trying to talk to you and let you know that it's coming in, and that's why you feel it coming in. You don't know when it's coming in, you don't know how it's coming in, you just know that you have to have faith in the universe and trust, and show gratitude and stay focused, and then it's all going to shift in your favor, and all of your ships are going to arrive, and you'll get everything you wish for. What an amazing reading, pile number 2. I love this for you. Please let me know if this resonates in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in other videos. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this change card and the little unicorn, then this is your pile. I'll push this over here for right now. And we're going to go ahead and jump into the shuffling of the cards. You can always skip this part. I know it's not for everyone. Everybody wants to watch someone shuffle cards, but others love it because they know there's no way you cheated. So let me go ahead and start shuffling these. I'm going to be using Kipper and then jump into some other decks, and I'll call them out as I shuffle them so you know which ones I'm talking about. Alright, Spirit, what's a message you have for pile number 3? What does pile number 3 need to know? What does pile number 3 need to know? Thank you. Alright. Yeah, I'll use Broke Bee Tarot next. I got this off of Etsy. I don't use this as much as I probably should. It's kind of hard to shuffle because it's so small, but it's great if you need to travel and take your tarot cards with you. Or just carry them around in like your purse or something. Okay. What's a message for pile number 3, Spirit? One message for pile number 3. Okay. These are hard to shuffle. Okay. What is a message for pile number 3, Spirit? This one's trying to stick out. Okay. We're shuffling from the Angel Wisdom Tarot, and that was the Divine Doors. It's like these little oracle cards. They're so cute. This is the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck. I love this deck, but it's so clunky. Took a while for the cards to stop sticking together too. Alright, Spirit, I need 2 cards for pile number 3. 2 messages, 2 cards for pile number 3, please. I'm going to take this one because it's sticking out. Okay. Next up, my favorite deck, the Gilded Tarot deck. This and the Radiant Rider-Waite were my first 2 decks, so they hold a soft spot in my heart. Alright, 2 messages for pile number 3, please, Spirit. What does pile number 3 need to know? Thank you. I'll go ahead and flip these over. And use the Lord of the Rings Tarot deck. This is my new deck. So the cards are still sticking together, but I love the illustrations on it. Not the easiest to shuffle at the moment. Okay, that'll do. Alright, Spirit. We're 2 messages for pile number 3. 2 cards. There's the... Oh, there they are. Okay. Yep. Make sure everything is in focus. Alright, and we will go ahead and bring these down. And we will go ahead and jump right into the messages and see what's happening for you, pile number 3. Alright, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and jump right into your messages. I'm anxious to see. Pile 1 and pile 2 were totally different, but they had really good messages, especially pile number 2. Whew. But I'm anxious to see what's going on with your pile. So, if you chose this change card with the horse and the balloon, it feels like you're kind of definitely going through a change or about to go through a change, but it feels like you're kind of drifting is what I heard. It just feels like you're drifting right now. You might be in that period between like, it's like you know something's about to change in your life, but you just feel like you're kind of just floating along, waiting for a shift to happen. So I'm anxious to see what the cards have to say. That was just my first impression, first feeling by looking at that. So you might have this kind of a floaty, airy feeling. I almost feel like a very nonchalant, detached, like, you know, whatever happens, happens kind of energy. That's what it feels like. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the first card says. Oh, we've got thoughts. Card number 16. Yeah, it's funny because I heard head in the clouds. So we've got the clouds right here, and then we've got this floating through the clouds. So I feel like obviously there's a lot you're thinking about. Maybe you're thinking about making a change in your life. Some sort of major change is what I just heard. For a lot of you, you could be actually thinking about another person, because we do have this guy and this woman here. Maybe you're thinking about, I don't know, some of you, I'm seeing like paintbrushes and stuff. And then we got the painting. So, some of you are really thinking about this person a lot. Like, this guy cared enough to actually paint her. For others of you, though, I feel like it doesn't have to do with a specific person. You're actually thinking about making a major career move. And for a lot of you, that is artistically related somehow. Because I'm looking at those paintbrushes and the painting, I'm thinking art. So that could be anything: painting, drawing, writing, music, photography. Even it just feels like you are kind of drifting along through life almost, and you are ready to make this change, and it's something you've been thinking about for a while, but it's not set in stone just yet. Okay, so we've got 6 of Cups, nostalgia, old friends, and innocence. So this is about stuff that, you can see this little girl here has lemonade stand, selling it for 50 cents. She, you know, this is something you would have done as a child, right? So maybe you guys are nostalgic right now, reminiscing on the past, thinking about old friends. I'm also picking up, there could have been something maybe artistic that you did as a child, and it's starting to rear its head. Not its ugly head, just rear its head, where it's like, hey, you remember when you used to like to paint as a kid? Yeah, you remember that? How come you gave that up? How come? Is, you know, it's something along those lines where you're just like, you were really good at something and you kind of give it up. I don't know, I'm hearing to become an adult. Kind of gave up the innocence and gave up that dream of being an artist, and you didn't think it could pay the bills or something along those lines, but it feels like it's coming back up. Maybe a lot of you ran into, because it's got old friends on here, maybe you ran into somebody from school and they're like, hey, you remember when, and talked about your childhood together, talked about something crazy you did in school, I don't know, and it just had you in your feels with that nostalgia, right, in your thoughts. And maybe they were like, hey, remember when you used to draw in class all the time and everybody loved your drawings? Do you still draw? You know, it's just something, it kind of feels like that, where it's just like, oh no, I haven't done that in a long time, and you know, I really want to, you know, I thought about getting back into it, but I'm not sure, thought about it, right? And they're like, oh, you should, you know, you had so much fun when we were a kid, or back in high school, or whatever it is. And yeah, that's definitely something you should do. I'm surprised you didn't make a career out of that, you know what I mean? And you just kind of feel like, you've been drifting along in life, and you're like, wait a second, why didn't I do that? Okay, so we've got this. I believe this is in Japan. The thing about these cards, these doors, they have really beautiful images, but it never tells you where the actual doors are. So, okay. We've got silent skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind. No way. In meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. I just talked about a skill, like some sort of artistic skill. And I challenge you to unpack your mind. And what do we have right here? Thoughts. I cannot believe this. I can't make this up. Oh my god. This is crazy. So yes, pile number 3. This is definitely about you doing what you love to do. Some sort of skill that you've always had. And I know a bunch of you are probably sitting there going, Rebecca, I don't know of any skills that I have. Friends, listen. A lot of us have talents that we don't even realize, and sometimes it takes us just trying out different things to realize that we're actually good at something. So I challenge you, friends, to actually try out different things and see if and see what it is you really like, what it is you're good at. Maybe you'll find a new silent skill that you really enjoy. It also says something here about in meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. Maybe some of you need to meditate on this, or meditate more if you don't already meditate. Meditation's so good for your mind. But I feel like with all these thoughts in your head about things you might want to shift in your life, or maybe something you want to be doing but you're unsure, I feel like it's saying just go within. Meditate. So that you can kind of calm your mind and ease your thoughts and figure out what's going on. Okay, so we've got 7 of Swords. It says a loss of peace of mind. Oh my god. What is up with the mind and thoughts? Or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions. And material loss. Make sure you are being honest with yourself. Embarrassing secrets. I feel like typically the 7 of Swords can talk about deception and lies and cheating and stuff like that. I feel like this is more you deceiving yourself, pile number 3. I think you know what it is you're really good at, what it is you really want, but you've been deceiving yourself. This is the equivalent of somebody having to go into a corporate job and being like, yeah, I've got to do this to pay the bills. And I get that. We all, have done that at some point, right? But your heart doesn't lie in sitting at a desk behind a computer working a 9-to-5 job. Your heart lies in art galleries and showing your artwork to the world. And you know what I mean? Like writing that best-selling novel and having it published and writing those bars of music and singing, strumming that guitar and singing that song or playing the piano or whatever it is. I don't know. It feels like you've been deceiving yourself. And this says, make sure you are being honest with yourself. It feels in a loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. And again, we're going back to the thoughts, to the mind. I challenge you to unpack your mind. The loss of peace of mind, your thoughts. You've been in your head about this, pile number 3. This is something you've really thought about a lot. And I really think you need to meditate on this if you don't already know what it is you need to do, which direction you need to go, what next step you need to take. I feel like you really need to take time to figure that out. And I feel like you're going to have to go within. But I think for the majority of you, you do know what it is you really want. Oh my god, look what it's going to lead to. 10 of Cups. Ultimate happiness, ultimate wish fulfillment. It's a happy marriage, happily ever after, emotional contentment, a loving relationship with your children, raising children wisely and successfully, people you can trust. In this case, however, I don't feel like it's a relationship. I'm sorry. If some of you come here looking for love and stuff, this feels like you're going to be so emotionally content that all of your cups are going to be filled, right? You're going to have that long-term stability. You're going to have exactly what you want. I do feel like for a lot of you, this new path that you're taking in the direction of your dreams is going to lead you to your 10 of Cups. And that includes, for a lot of you, the one, your person, the happily ever after, whatever that looks like for you. We've got the home, we've got the kids, We've got the happy couple and all the emotions and, you know, the rainbow and stuff. So, but whatever that looks like for you, it could just be, when I read a happy marriage on here, I didn't think of a couple in a romantic way. I thought of a happy marriage between you and your dreams. You and doing what it is you truly love to do and showing the world that, which is going to bring you ultimate wish fulfillment, ultimate emotional contentment, right? So, we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Oh my god. This is... The Hierophant is basically a teacher. Someone who has a lot of knowledge. Somebody who's good at what they do and they're teaching others. Some of you could be actual teachers. He's also religious. Some of you could be very religious. Doesn't have to be. Very spiritual as well. So some of you could really be getting into meditation and manifestation and learning about all of that. But I feel like a lot of you just have a lot of knowledge about what it is, your natural silent skill, your natural skills and abilities. You have a lot of knowledge about this, and I feel like you're going to need to share that with the world. Hierophant also talks about long-term contracts and stability. Now, with the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups, normally I'd say marriage. Again, a marriage. However, a lot of you could be getting married, but it feels more like it's going to be a marriage, a partnership between you and what it is you love to do. And then I think eventually that will lead you to your true love, your partner, right? If you're not already with them. I feel like right now, though, this is just going to be, this could be a contract you sign. Like, it could be a publishing contract. It could be with, you're signing a record deal. It could be signing a contract with the local art gallery and they want to share your pieces and have some sort of like art exhibition or something. You know what? It could be anything, honestly. But that's what it feels like. It feels like you are kind of stepping out, and you know, in the traditional Rider Waite, the Hierophant has two people that are learning from him, and he's giving them information. So it's like he stands out, and they're learning from him. He knows best, not them. So it feels like you have something to offer people. We've got Three of Pentacles. I just talked about standing out, and that's exactly what Three of Pentacles is. And also in traditional Rider Waite, Three of Pentacles, this person is chiseling away at the wall, and two people are taking notes on them. Again, two people taking notes and taking notes. Both these cards, what are the odds? I don't know, but Three of Pentacles talks about doing what you love to do. Standing out above the rest. It's like you have that natural talent, skill, or ability to, you know, just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like taking someone who is a beginner and then trying to put them with someone who's an expert, and you're the expert. And the beginner is like, oh, well, I don't even compare. Please tell me how you draw this. How are your drawings so good? And mine look like stick figures. Something like that. Or, oh, you wrote a #1 international best-selling novel. Oh my god, I can't even hardly finish 5 chapters. How do you write an entire book? It's something I really want to do. Can you please tell me your secrets? Tell me your ways, you know? Some of you are getting, this is a random message. Some of you could have workshops or courses on something that you're doing to make extra money. I'm seeing like, and this is not sponsored or anything like that, Skillshare. I know that's a common company that sponsors a lot of videos, but I know they have, I'm looking at the skill right here. Skillshare is going in there and teaching other people about how to do things. So maybe there's some sort of talent or skill or ability that you're really good at. It could even be like woodworking. I don't know. Something that people want to learn and there's a high demand for, and you stand out above those people for what it is you really do and do well. And then we've got the Two of Pentacles, or Two of Rings, and the Lord of the Rings deck. So, this is going back and forth, weighing your options. I feel like this change, you're unsure about it, honestly, pile number 3, because you're not sure how lucrative it's going to be. Is it going to be successful in the long run? Is it going to bring in the rewards, the recognition, the success that you really want to achieve and accomplish? Or is it going to be a dud? Are you going to fail? Was there a reason why you gave that up in the past? I'm getting for a lot of you, you have tried this before and it didn't work out and you were really bummed about it. Like, oh, well, I thought I was really good at this. You are, but it's like you needed to make, you need to push forward and keep going, and you need to make certain progress with it. It's like you weren't quite there just yet, but you needed to keep going and you gave up too soon. And I feel like you're questioning whether that's going to happen again. Oh, the Devil. There it is. I've just thought. Negative thoughts. Yep. Capricorn energy. It's that energy of not being good enough. Thinking negative thoughts. Thinking, I'm never going to make it. My dreams are never going to come true. How is it that this person or that person make it look so easy and I've been busting my butt for how long and it doesn't work out for me? I think the message that Spirit wants to give you is don't give up so easily. I think a lot of you are like, I've tried and tried and tried. I don't care if it's 2 years. What you don't see, this makes me think of that iceberg analogy where you only see what's above the surface on an iceberg and it looks big, but if you ever go beneath the surface in the water and look how big it is below the surface, what you see, that tip of the iceberg, is just a small fraction of how big the iceberg really is. And that's underneath the surface is everything that's it represents everything that that's been building up to a certain point, right? But most people don't see that. They just see this small amount of the iceberg at the top. So, in career or anything in life, they don't see the hard work. They don't see that somebody put in a decade of hard work in the music industry before they got that #1 hit single on Billboard. You know what I mean? Or the same with authors. They wrote book after book after book and they got rejected by agents and they got rejected by publishers. And, it's disheartening. And a lot of people, after a certain amount of time, they're like, well, it's obviously not for me. And they give up. But I think the lesson that Spirit wants you to learn and to know is please don't give up. It feels very soul-crushing in a way. Like, it makes me feel sad. Even though this isn't even happening to me, but it makes me feel sad for a lot of you, because it feels like you're so close. You're so close to having that 10 of Cups. And it's something you think about, and you're ready for that change. You want to make that change, but it's like those negative, intrusive thoughts come in, and they're like, yeah, but remember what happened last time? You're probably going to fail again. I think you need to be able to overcome the devil on your shoulder, so to speak. You need to let the angel speak, not the devil. Take control of those intrusive, conscious thoughts, the negative thoughts, and I treat them like, the best way I can describe it is, like if you're having a conversation with a group of people and some random annoying person just walks in and cuts you off in the middle of a sentence. You're trying to explain something and they're just like, yeah, so anyway, and they just start talking about something random and everybody's just staring at them like, what are you talking about? That's how I treat intrusive negative thoughts. It's like, what are you doing here? That's not, excuse you. Like, did I invite you into this conversation? No. So, and it sounds crazy because it's your own mind, but I promise you it works. Over time, you'll be able to control those negative, pessimistic, intrusive ways of thinking, and you're like, excuse you, no. So flip it like a light switch, you know? If you can think negatively, you can think positively. So if the thoughts come in and say, you're never going to have your art on exhibition. Like, are you serious right now? Just be like, excuse you. Yes, I am. You don't know what you're talking about. Be quiet. You know, same for anything. Music, writing, whatever. Or even just making a career shift. It just feels like a lot of you have got to get over the devil on your shoulder. Flick that little devil off your shoulder and get moving forward is what Spirit is saying. No more weighing your options. You want that 10 of Cups, so go after it. Alright? Stop living in your mind and thinking that nothing's going to work out. You need to be honest with yourself that you have what it takes to make your dreams come true. So, what a powerful message, pile number 3. This probably was the craziest but best pile. I thought it was going to be pile number 2, but definitely your pile for sure. So, I hope something in this reading resonated. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.